What is up, everybody on YouTube? Max Rock here with another video. And today's video is going to be a simple vlog, me talking about new technology that's been announced or released, or things that everyone is talking about that I haven't got a chance to discuss yet, at least with my YouTube channel. So the theme of this video is going to be mostly let's not waste space with the screens, but put in the same size battery that we use on this phone with a smaller screen. That's going to be the theme of the video here. So yes, I'm taking shots. So with the Samsung Galaxy S8, this phone here, as you can see on my screen, I'm using the Alcatel Idol here to show you guys this phone right now. Got my SIM card in it. Axon's over there. I was going to use that to record the video, but I didn't like the way the video was, turning out. So anyway, Samsung Galaxy S8. You got the S8 and you got the S8 Plus. Now with the S8, it's a 5.8 inch screen. Resolution is 1440 by 25, or 2960, 2960. You get a 12 megapixel camera. I believe it's the same camera from last year. You get 4 gigabytes of RAM. You get the Snapdragon 835. Now I've done some research on the 835. It's an upgrade in my opinion. It's based on the things that it can do compared to the 821. It is an upgrade. Yeah, you get a 3000 milliamp hour battery. So this is where I want to stop at. Okay. So Samsung did something that a lot of people wanted them to do, as far as increasing the screen size and basically increasing the screen size and removing the bezels. Like this here is a bezel for the Alcatel right here. This is a bezel. This is the other bezel here. What they did was they were able to put a huge screen inside of a phone with the same body size as the S7, probably a little bit bigger, tad bit bigger, but they put a bigger screen in there, right? But they have the same size battery. So like a bigger screen with a similar battery means, in my opinion, now I haven't used a phone personally, but in my opinion, that's just going to equate to bad battery life. Now you got the S8 Plus with a 6.2 inch screen, but the battery, I believe, is 35. Is it 3500? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not sure. I think it's 3500 milliamps. But when a phone that has a Quad HD screen that large with a 3500 milliamp hour battery, I don't think the battery's going to be that good as well. But we're going to see. The phone, no one has the phone really. No one has got a chance to really test the battery out. So we're going to see with that one. But let me go ahead and continue with the specs. Sorry about that. So Corning Gorilla Glass 5 is waterproof, well, water resistant, dust waterproof or water resistant. Super AMOLED, so that's one thing that's a positive, is Super AMOLED. It's Samsung, it's a flagship. Of course it's going to be Super AMOLED, but they got 570 pixels per inch. You know how clear that screen is going to be? Super clear. 3D touch, who cares? I'm going on to the next thing. Android 7.0, you get the Exynos, well, in the US model. You get the Snapdragon 835. In the international model, it will be the Exynos 8895, which I don't know why they just don't put that into all the phones, but whatever. Adreno 540, you get a micro SD card slot, 64 gigabytes of ROM, 4 gigs of RAM. The cameras are 1.7 apertures, both of them, I believe. USB Type-C. Battery that won't explode. I'm just playing. I don't want to get too far in that. And you get colors: Midnight Black, Orchid Gray, and Arctic Silver. So, Coral Blue and Maple Gold. Anyway, so as far as my opinions on the phone, do I think it's going to perform well? Yes. With the 835 in it, with 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigabytes of onboard storage, you get an updated TouchWiz that looks to be not as heavily skinned as older versions have been. It's gonna, in my opinion, I think it's gonna perform really well as far as performance. Now, if we go back into battery, I don't think the battery's gonna be all that good. I think maybe you'll get maybe about 4 hours of screen on time. That's just guessing though. I haven't used the phone. Now remember, this is just me speculating. This is me assuming that the battery is gonna be not that good. This is all opinion here, okay? Just because of the screen size, like how huge it is, it's Super AMOLED, and there's only a 3000 milliamp hour battery in there. I don't know. We'll see. But let me go ahead and talk about the LG G6. Now, the LG G6, I can go ahead and pull up some specs on that one too. It's the latest flagship from LG. And in case you didn't know, LG stands for Life's Good. But the LG G6 here, they took a similar approach, or should I say Samsung took a similar approach. Who knows, maybe they had the same idea at the same time. But with the LG G6 here, it has a similar design as far as fitting a huge screen into a phone body that's not as big. Except this is a 5.7 inch screen, so it's slightly smaller. It's 1440 by 2880, 13 megapixel camera with 4 gigs of RAM. It has a Snapdragon 821. Now let's explain this 821 and why it has it. The LG G6 has the 821 simply because the 835 was exclusively, and to put it into similar terms, or into simple terms, excuse me, it was exclusively for Samsung as far as them getting they were going to have the first phone. They had the rights to the first units of the 835. So that's why LG doesn't have it. That's why they went ahead and went with the 821. Now here's my opinion on it. The 821, it's not like someone is giving you an 808 or 801 processor Snapdragon and Samsung has the 835. I mean, the 821 is still a really good processor. I wouldn't complain about that. But here's the kicker with the LG here. You get an 821, right? You get a 5.7 inch screen. I'm sorry for going in and out the camera. 5.7 inch screen, right? But that crazy resolution. But you get a 3300 milliamp hour battery. Hey, that looks like the better buy to me. You get a bigger screen in the phone body. You get a bigger battery. The 821 is not the 835, but it's still a really good processor. But let's go ahead and go with some other specs. Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the back panel. It's IP68 certified, dust and waterproof or water resistant, I want to say. Corning Gorilla Glass 3, I believe, is on the screen itself. You get Dolby Vision, always on display, LG UX 6.0. Pixel density is 564. Isn't that interesting how, think about this here. Samsung has a 5.8 inch screen and they said their pixel density is 570 versus LG's having a 5.7 inch screen with a pixel density of 564. So that's 6 less pixels. That's 6 less pixels on a screen that is smaller. I don't know if this information is accurate. Either that or a Samsung screen doesn't really have that amount of pixels. So got the Adreno 530, yep, 821 of course. The choices of RAM is 32 or 64. I advise you get the 64 because you do get a micro SD card slot. You get 4 gigs of RAM. Apertures for the camera is 1.8 optical image stabilization. So basically a flagship camera. You get dual. The other one is a wide pixel or a wide angle camera. It has a f.2 for aperture, so f2.4. I said 0.24. Wow. Anyway, never mind that. The front camera is a f2.2 aperture. It's 5 megapixels. I'm not gonna go through everything at USB Type-C, but my opinion on the LG G6. So the LG G6 itself, it's I feel like it's LG's phone that's gonna put them, I don't want to say neck and neck with Samsung, but because this is the first LG's phone that they made that had a glass backing, I believe. It's the most beautiful phone, in my opinion, LG has ever made. They did an amazing job with it. They did some things with the phone. They pretty much, LG nailed it, in my opinion, man. Like they nailed it with the design, the camera, the screen size, like, you know what I'm saying, getting rid of those huge bezels, battery. Hopefully the camera's gonna be good. I think the camera's gonna be good. I've seen some videos on it, but it's hard to tell when you watch videos though, because rendering and everything, but we'll see some samples. But I think the LG G6, based off what I've seen, it may be, even though it doesn't have the 835, the 835 is the only thing that separates the LG G6 from the Samsung, because those processors are different. But if not for the 821 in the LG, it will probably be, in my opinion, the better phone. because I think LG nailed it. Design, you know what I'm saying? They gave you the waterproof, LG gave you the waterproof, the dust proof, the SD card slot, the big battery, the huge screen, no bezels, great cameras. LG pretty much did it in my opinion. And to get into other things here, well, speaking of LG, now it turns out LG is suing Blue. I did a little research on this. LG is suing Blue for some patents on LTE, some LTE patents or something like that. I did my best to look up what that actually meant. I don't have any idea. It seemed like it's a billion dollar company going after a smaller company. Hey, you doing something that we got rights to, give us X amount of dollars or we're going to sue you. I don't think it went that way, because I did some research. It said LG tried to reach out to him multiple times and I guess Blue never responded, but man, who knows, man. These lawsuits are so weird, man, when companies want to sue each other, because they all do the same damn thing. I mean, you don't want to copy another company and then like get sued for it. Of course, you don't want that to happen, but when you're making a phone in a rectangular body, you know what I mean? It's like, we can all sue each other. But is there any other news to discuss as far as devices? Oh, the G5, the Moto G5. Like I told you guys in the past, if you watch my vlogs, Motorola or Lenovo, Motorola is probably one of my favorite OEM companies. The Moto G5, it looks to be a good phone, but I may end up passing it this year. Simple reasons. I'm really not a fan of the design of it. Like, it looks kind of weird. Like, I feel as though $300 for the Moto G5, yes, a good price is fair. You get a good processor, you get 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigabytes internal storage, and they even have the one that you can get for $229, I think, $229, where it's 32 gigabytes of storage and 2 gigs of RAM. I just feel the Moto Z Play. No, is it the Moto Z Play? I think it's the Moto Z Play. No, not the Play. Ooh, I'm forgetting the name of it. Give me a second, y'all. It's the one that's $100 more. It's the one that's compatible with all the mods. There's so many different letters in each phone. Hold on. So Moto Z. Is it called the Play? I think it is called the Play. Yeah, it is. Okay, it was called the Play. So the Moto Z Play. I feel as though that would be a better buy, only because you get access to the mods. And if you're gonna get a Motorola phone at this point, spending damn near $300 for a phone, get the closest thing to getting the best of what they have to offer, meaning the mods, because you can get the flagship plus the mods, but you can also get a mid-range plus the mods, and I think the mid-range plus the mods is the better way to go. I really just don't like the design in the G5. I may go to the store and play with it at most, but if I were to buy that phone and do a video on it, I will probably end up taking it back. And I hate doing videos where I buy a phone and I use it and I review it and take it back. I like to usually keep my phones because it's the purpose of me. That's the reason why I'm buying them. I want them and I want to keep them. So that's why you don't see a lot of videos on my channels where I buy phones and I do reviews of them and you don't never see them again. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that if I don't necessarily have the funds or see the reason of going to get the phone, because when I buy a phone, I usually buy it and I keep it. If I don't have the funds, or either the funds or like the phone enough, because sometimes it's not even a matter of me not having the funds, it's a matter of me like saying like, oh, can I see myself buying this phone and enjoying it, or saving up or keeping this money set aside for something else and buying that phone and actually enjoying it and keeping it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm literally waiting on ZTE to see what they're gonna do this year. I have a good feeling, hopefully they drop something, because the Axon 7, although it took me a while to get it, I really do love that phone. It's an amazing phone. But instead of me just blabbing on here for about 20 minutes, Unless I can think of something else to talk about. I may have to end the video here. Let me see. Shout out to Virgin Mobile. Old news, they got unlimited plans now. Welcome to the party. What else can I discuss? Everyone has unlimited data now, and it's pretty much old news. 22 gigabyte of data, then you're gonna get not throttled, but deprioritized, whatever. So shout out to that. What else can I discuss? Oh, new videos coming soon. I'm gonna be doing round 2 of the J7 and the Axon 7 because in my previous speed test video, I'm pretty sure I had it on the max performance setting because you get 3 different power modes. You get one where it's like a smart mode where it doesn't use the CPU to its max, but you get a performance mode where it uses it to its max there. I believe I had it on the performance mode, but I may not have. So I'm gonna do a round 2 of the J7 and the Axon 7. I also got some petty videos coming up with the Axon 7 and the J7. And I got a full review. The video is done for the Axon 7. Haven't dropped it yet. Got to do a little finishing touches and I'm going to drop it for you guys. Yeah, pretty much going to be it. So if you guys have any other questions or anything you would like me to discuss in future videos, go ahead and let me know in the comments. And what do you think about the S8 and the S8 Plus as far as screen to battery? Do you think those are acceptable numbers, and you think those numbers you think the battery is going to perform well on a screen with that size? Then you got to consider this too now. That size, super AMOLED. All right, factor that in. And with the LG G6, do you think the LG G6 is better than the S8, or the reason that it's not better is because it has the 821 versus the S8's 835? And one more question. If the LG G6 and the S8 both had the 835 processor, the Snapdragon, which one would you choose? So as you guys know, my name is Max Rock. I would like to thank you, of course, for watching this video, and you guys have a good day. Peace.